Wow. Just wow.
Link has come a long, long way. We've been beating the holy hell out of Ganon and winning the favor of a certain princess again and again for close to 20 years now. Many a dungeon has been braved, beasts slain, and chest opened in many of our favorite adventures. Suffice to say, it's been pretty formulaic in terms of how we went about it. You have to help Zelda, go through dungeons, find the item or items you need to beat Ganon, and then proceed to beat Ganon's brains out. In terms of action-adventure gameplay, every Zelda game has had a twist to it. From time travel to dimension manipulation to a coming-of-age story. The next question was always, where do we go from here? This is the final form. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is an open-world game. True as that statement may be for every game in this franchise, the difference is that you can do anything. And I know developers really swing that phrase in most open world games, but this road hits back once you take it. Link awakens from a 100-year slumber as an amnesiac. In that 100 years, he learns that Ganon has ravaged the land, and a last-ditch effort was sealed in the Hyrule Castle by Princess Zelda. Link goes on a journey to Hyrule Castle to defeat Ganon before he destroys the world.
And boy, what a journey you'll take. Exploring is the name of the game this time. From the time you wake up, you are given one of the cooler gameplay devices you'll use throughout the game called a Sheikah Slate. Oddly enough, it's like you're carrying a Nintendo Switch around with you. The applications for the Sheikah Slate are amazing. You'll have the power to access bombs, magnetic control, the power to create ice, and to stop time. Physics are going to be a factor in the exploration of shrines. Shrines are where you're going to use the slate the most. The farther into the game you get, the more Tom and Jerry-esque these puzzles get. But by completing these shrines, you will end up getting rewarded with orbs that you can use to upgrade Link. Speaking of upgrading Link, he's received a massive overhaul in how he interacts with everything else. Link is a human. Well, he's Hylian? Human? Hylian? Anyway. He has to eat. He gets tired when he runs or exerts himself. He feels cold and hot. He makes noise, staggers while he's aiming, his weapons break. The man can cook! If I stay frozen in the tundra with no clothes on, I'll freeze to death unless I put on a sweater. If I don't wear protective gear in the volcano, I'll turn into barbecue chicken. I can find clothes and weapons that turn me into a fierce warrior, like Tingle. At some point in the game, I'll need to find transportation, wherein I had to find out that I have to find a wild horse, soothe and tame it. What? In this game, I have to do everything.
Or do I? That's the beauty of it all. I don't have to do any of this if I choose not to. The game just throws you in from the beginning and tells you, hey, just do your thing, man. If I wanted to fight Ganon after I woke up when the game started, I could take that challenge. Once you get the paraglider and make your way into the rest of the world, it's free game after that. You can literally do whatever you want. Nintendo knew what they were doing when they released this game for the Switch. DLC is even in the game for more content after you beat the main story. A big part of why The Legend of Zelda will go down as one of the best is that it's a game with freedom. You take Dark Souls and then you put a little Zelda lore on top of it and you add some wilderness and then boom, Game of the Year material. With the new system of physics added to the open world mechanics, you have a paradigm shift for how Zelda games are going to be played from now on. Benchmark is a word that you have to use when you describe this game. If you don't have a Switch, I promise you this masterful work is reason enough to buy one. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is, without a doubt, indubitably one of the best games of the decade.